Hey everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of I've decided to change its name. So I was previously calling all of the videos in this video series reselling in real time. However, I do think I am going to switch it to from sourced to sold. I just feel like that series title just explains a little bit more about what we're doing here, because if this is the first time you've seen a video in this series, I am not just doing a typical haul video and showing you items that I purchased for resale, but I am actually showing you the items I bought and I'm showing you in real time what they sold for and how much profit I actually made. Because everybody loves a good haul video, but you tend to wonder if people showing items actually got what they thought they were going to be selling it for, and if their profits were actually what they thought they were going to get when they purchased the item for resale. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing this video series. I wanted to start not just showing items that I purchased for resale, but how much profit those items actually bring me, and I'm able to do it all in one video. If you are new, I have a Facebook page that I sell on. I don't list these items on eBay or Amazon or Mercari or any of those other traditional selling platforms. I actually just sell on a business Facebook page, so that's how I intend to flip these. All of these items are going to go live today, and my goal is to have them sold within 6 days. Just checking my notes here because I have numbers and things written down. So during the summer, because my time is a little bit more limited, I have a profit goal that I like to list on my page every single day. And right now my goal is $80 a day in profit. So regardless of how much I spent on the inventory, I go off of the profits, and I intend to increase that to $100 a day once school starts up again and I have a little bit more time for working. But for right now, I shoot for $80 a day in profit. So that means that I have 9 items going live today to get as close to my $80 profit as possible. So everything that I am posting today, I got at $2 a day at the bin store that I shop at most frequently. So all of this stuff is going live on a Tuesday. I went shopping yesterday, which was Monday, which is $2 a day, and 9 items times $2 plus the sales tax I have to pay means that my total cost of goods for today is going to be $19.71. So I'm not gonna say how much I paid for everything after every item because I paid $2 plus sales tax for everything. So my total cost of goods for everything I'm posting today was $19.71. So this, oh my gosh, no, this was the first item to go live today. So I'm upstairs and I get a question about an item asking a detail about this clock, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even talk about that in the haul. Fail. So yeah, I completely didn't even realize that this clock was actually the first item to go live, and no wonder I felt like I flew through that haul and I felt like I was forgetting something and I couldn't put my finger on what it was. It was this clock. So this clock was actually the first thing. But this farmhouse clock is super cute. It was about $30 or so on Amazon, and I think that I can sell it for $13. Is a 2-piece pull-out drawer system for the refrigerator. They have a really nice grate in the bottom of them, so if you need to put produce or something in there, it doesn't sit flat. It's got, you know, a little grate so that air can circulate around the item. I believe it was about $25 on Amazon, if I'm remembering correctly. So I plan to post them on my page for $10. The next item going live today is a pizza oven accessory set. So you can't really tell because all these need to be put together. It has been opened, obviously. It was a return. I needed to make sure that all of the pieces were in here, but it has a long stick bubble popper. It has the pizza spatula, and then it also has a cleaning device. This set was actually $45 on Amazon, but even though I've told you guys in the past that I shoot for 50% of Amazon's price, I think if I shot for 50% of $45, which would have been $22.50, I don't think I have any local customers that would pay that much for something like this because it is super niched. I mean, how many of my local customers have a pizza oven or even make their own pizzas frequently enough to need pizza utensils? So I'm going to try to get $12. Again, I only paid $2 for the set. So if I were to get $12, that's still a $10 profit off of a $2 purchase, and I'm more than happy with that. The next post going live today is for these. They're in a box, so you can't really see them in the box, so I'll put them up here. They are automatic pet feeder and watering systems. So one has the water that automatically drops, and then the other has the food that automatically drops. It was a really nice set. I think it was almost $30 on Amazon if I'm remembering correctly, and it is in brand new condition. It's just open box. It is a return, obviously, but we checked. They were completely clean, and so I think I can get $13 for the set. The next item is this very handy little cookbook stand. So it does need to be kind of put together. It's got the screws and the little cookbook holder part, but it's really adorable. It's like got this farmhouse feel. It looks like a cutting board. It's got a little stand so it stands up, but it has all of these conversions on it, and you put this little bar here and it holds like tablets or cookbooks or something. This is not something that was worth a lot of money, but I went ahead and picked it up because I thought my customers would really like it, and I think it was maybe $12 or $13 on Amazon, but I think that I'll be able to sell it for $7. This next item is getting close to out of season, but I'm hoping that I could still flip it. It is the Joy-In brand. It's a set of 18 water guns. So it's these water guns where you pull the stick to soak up the water and then you push it in to spray it. It's a set of 18 of them, and I believe that it was about $17 or $18 on Amazon, but I'm going to try to sell it for $12 because that is a little under $1 per squirt gun. Fingers crossed I can get $12 for it. If not, I'd still be comfortable selling it for like $8 on markdown because, again, I only paid $2. So inside this box is a really nice and brand new condition cutlery holding set. So it is a really nice black. I have had these before, but I've never had them in like this matte black. So I'm thinking that I will have no problem selling it for $10. So every time I do one of these videos, I try to pick at least one item that's kind of like a, meh, we'll see how it goes. And this is that item for today. It is a bird eviction tool. It's to evict any unwanted birds on your property. So this is just a device that is wind activated. So it's almost like a, I can't think about what it's called, but it's like a turbine for like your weather system or something like that, where the wind spins it, and because it spins, no birds will land. I think it also might make a noise too, I'm not sure, but it has a photo here of people putting it on their fences, on their boats, on their roofs. So if you have a place that you don't want birds to be, you put this there. And it says that mirrors on the product use sunlight and wind to create areas of disturbance, disorienting pests, birds, and causing them to flee the area. So it's a way to humanely get rid of birds and pests in areas they're not wanted. This was actually worth a little over $30. So I'm gonna try for $12 and we'll see what happens. And then the last item that's going live today is this really beautiful modern table lamp. So it is battery operated, but it has like this warm Edison bulb inside. Isn't that pretty? And it just sits on your little table side, and it's has a beautiful ambiance. At least the photos on Amazon made it look like it has a beautiful ambiance. It wasn't worth that much. I think it was worth maybe $20 or $22, but I think I can probably sell it for $10. If all 9 of these items go live today and sell for my asking price, that means that I will bring in $99 worth of revenue today, which if we take out the cost of goods, that leaves a $79 profit, which is $1 shy of my $80 goal, which I am fine with. So how this usually works is I have the items go live for 3 days on my page at one price. If they don't sell for the first asking price that I have, I then price drop it that weekend. So any items that don't sell today for my asking price, I will just kind of evaluate in the moment, price drop them on Saturday, and see if I can get them to sell at that price. I will check back in with you guys next week and let you know what sold, what didn't sell, what my profits are, and also what my sell-through rate was within 6 days of selling on my Facebook page. I'll see you guys in a week. All right, so here's the numbers. So I actually had a situation that I have not yet talked about regarding these videos. And that is the very real possibility of somebody claiming sold on an item posted on Facebook for sale and then simply deleting the comment and pretending like they never claimed sold at all. This was actually a problem that I had in the very beginning when I started my Bullseye Bids Facebook page, back when I was primarily doing a lot of auction-based posts. In the very beginning, in case you don't know the history of my Facebook page where I sell and make money online, I started that page with the idea of it being exclusively auctions, where every single auction ran for 24 hours. There was bids in the comments, and then the winning bid was the time-stamped one that was closest to or at the auction end time as indicated in the start of the post. And one of the problems that we were having with this was people would bid higher to basically stop the claims, and then they would go back and they would either edit their comment to a lower price, or they would delete that comment and post a comment at a cheaper price. So how that would basically work is, let's say there's a bidding war going on and it goes, you know, $8, $9, $10, and then somebody comes in and posts 25. Well, at a $25 price, everyone's like, forget it, I'm out. And then right before the auction would end, that person would go to their $25 comment and then they would edit it to $11, which would be the highest bid, but significantly different than the bid that made all of the other bidding stop, right? And so that was something that was really an annoyance, because it would sell the merchandise for less than we wanted or expected because the bidding would stop. So we always called it manipulating bids. And so I always had to have an employee really watching the comment section to make sure that people didn't do that, which inevitably happened all the time. And we would have to ban people for manipulation bidding. So for that reason, and a lot of other reasons I'm not going to address in this video, we did move away from the auction style posts on that page, and we moved to a strictly buy it now policy. Well, we were from time to time still seeing this similar thing happen, but what would happen is people would claim sold in the comment section of these posts, and then they would just, you know, change their mind. They would just, you know, be like, oh, never mind, I don't want it. And they would delete their sold comment like it never existed, thinking that they had no obligation to buy the item, which became a problem also because people would see this sold comment that would be claimed on a post, so nobody else would claim sold. That post would then get buried because new posts become available, and then that person would go back later and delete their sold comment, so the item would be unsold, and all of the people that would have claimed it just simply overlooked it because someone else had already claimed it who has now removed it. Does that make sense? And the problem is, it's impossible for myself or my son, who is now starting to help me with this business, or even my husband, who will occasionally look in on it for me. It's impossible for us to monitor every single comment on every single post at all times. So if someone were to come in and post sold on an item and then come back 2 hours later and delete it, it tells me that someone has deleted a comment, but it doesn't exactly tell me who deleted a comment, so there's nobody that I can hold accountable. And while it doesn't happen all the time, it does happen from time to time, and it actually happened on this day on the first item that I posted, which was this really beautiful farmhouse clock. So now I usually do notifications for the winning items once a day, right? I try to do it, you know, around dinner time or in the evening. I don't look at it all day long because I've got a lot of things going on. And when I went to update all of the winning notifications on this day, I noticed that there was a comment removed because, again, Facebook will tell me when a comment is removed, but it doesn't tell me who exactly removed the comment or what it was. But for the most part, I think it's safe to assume that somebody deleted a sold comment. And since I don't know who did it, I, you know, can't assign punishment to anybody or ban anybody from being able to claim any further. So this was an item that I thought was really, really nice, and I knew that hours had gone by and potential customers that would have normally claimed sold on it probably were just skimming right along past it because they saw someone else had claimed it already, and then a few hours goes by and then they delete their sold comment and the item remains unsold. So what did I do to combat that? The next day, I simply reshared the post telling everybody that it was still available and that the sold claim was revoked. So after doing that, this item did sell. So I had originally posted this farmhouse style clock for $13 and the post went live at 10 o'clock that day. Now, again, someone had claimed sold. However, they deleted it and I couldn't see any of the information. So the next day I had to reshare it and let people know it was still available. Now, it did end up selling for the $13 that I posted it for. But of course, because I had that whole issue happen with the sold comment being deleted, it did, you know, take some time to sell. And it did end up getting claimed 3 days later at 7:52 in the evening. So you can see how when something like that happens, it really throws off the groove of like the entire sale of that item. And that's why I get so infuriated when people do that. A lot of people think, oh, it's really not that big of a deal. I just simply changed my mind. But what a lot of these customers don't understand is that it really does affect the sale of this item. Most of the people that are coming to a Facebook page like I have to buy things, they're coming with the idea of being the first one to snatch it. And then they just wait for the next thing. If they go to see if this item is claimed and they see that it is claimed, then they just simply move on with their lives. They don't scroll back through to say, oh, someone took off a sold comment. It really affects the sale of items, and I really hate it when people do that. So please don't do that on my posts or any other posts, because it really does throw off the sale of items when you do that. But even though it took 3 days for it to sell, it did sell for the full $13 asking price. The next item to go live that day was the 2-pack of the stackable pull-out clear fridge containers. It went live at 11 o'clock for $10, and it sold at 11:09 for the asking price. So that means it sold in only 9 minutes. The next item to go live and sell was the set of the pizza oven accessories. It went live at 12 o'clock for $12, and it was claimed at 4:21. So that means that it sold in 4 hours and 21 minutes. The next item to go live and sell that day was the automatic dog food or cat food feeder and watering system. It was a set of 2, one for the dog food, one for the water. It went live at 1 o'clock for $13, and it sold at 1:12. So that means it sold in only 12 minutes. The next item to go live and sell that day was the 18-pack of the Joy In squirt guns. So it went live at 2 o'clock, and it did sell right away, which I was very happy about because we're so close to the end of summer season. I was kind of hoping that, you know, water guns weren't going to be super out of season and I'd still get a claim on it. And it sold at 2:20. So that means that the squirt guns sold in only 20 minutes. The next item to go live and sell that day was that really nice matte black 3-compartment cutlery holder. It went live at 3 o'clock for $10. Now this did take a little bit of time. It sold 2 days later at 10:22 a.m. So it sold in, let's just call it 40 hours. And then the final item to go live and sell that day was that really cool modern bedside table lamp. It went live at 5 o'clock for $10, and it was claimed at 5:14. So that means it sold in only 14 minutes. So now let's talk about the items that did not sell for the first asking price that I had to mark down that weekend in order to get it to move. So not surprisingly, I did have to end up marking down that little farmhouse wooden cutting board that had like the cookbook holder and stuff. I thought it was really cute, but it might be something that's not really niched, but might be seen as kind of dated. I know that right now there's a lot of people going for like minimalism in their kitchen. Maybe they don't want to, you know, clutter up their countertops or something. So it's just something that might be seen as unnecessary in a kitchen. You know, I thought that it was nice, but it did not sell for the $7 asking price. I did have to price drop it to $4, but it did sell for the $4 asking price. and it went live at the markdown price at 3 o'clock on that day, and it was claimed at 3:04. So it actually sold in only 4 minutes for the dropped price of $4. So that just leaves one little sad and lonely item that did not sell at all, and it was that bird deterrent. Like I always tell you guys on these videos, I try to include at least one item that's kind of like a toss-up, like, is it gonna sell? Is it not gonna sell? It's something that's different. I've never tried before. I didn't even know it was a thing, you know, that kind of idea. And it was this, you know, bird deterrent. And it was worth a lot of money. And so I was like, well, you know, if I price it at a good enough price, can I sell something like this? Is there a need for this within my customer base? But it doesn't look like there was. Whoops. So the first price was $12. Nobody claimed it for the $12 asking price. I then price dropped it to $8 and still nobody wanted it. So this day I did have 9 items go live, and I did have 1 item that did not end up selling. So that put my sell-through rate at 88.8% for this 6-day period. With all of the items that sold, it brought me in a total revenue of $84. My total cost of goods of all of these items was $19 and some change, so we'll just call my cost of goods $20. That puts my total profit for this set of items at $64. So I was able to make $64 off of a $20 out-of-pocket cost for these items in an only 6-day period. And that bird deterrent did not sell. However, the way I choose to look at this situation is I was profitable and I still have an item to sell later. Whether or not I choose to put this item on Facebook again or put it on an online platform, or I don't know, come up with something magnificent to do with it. I don't know. I'm already profitable on all of these items. Whatever I earn from this bird deterrent is just going to be extra profit. But that is that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video series and you appreciate this kind of transparent content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button before you leave. I really appreciate it because the YouTube algorithm really does require that of me. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down in the comments below. Do not forget to check my video description. I always put a lot of useful information in there, including the link to my Facebook. If you want to go check out my Facebook page, you are able to do that and see how I sell items in real time before these videos are posted. I also ship items that I sell on my Facebook page, so if you happen to see something that you'd like to purchase, you can join in on the fun and post sold in the comments, because every time I post items in these videos, chances are they're already sold. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring the notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.